I'll grab this question here, and we'll do this one right away. Okay, this one. A solid sphere of radius 3 is placed inside a cylinder and then water is poured in the cylinder until it's full. Find the volume of the sphere in terms of pi. So just this little sphere here, yeah? Radius 3. Open up your tables, page 9 or 10. Find out what you're looking for. Go with that? Okay. Now, you find the volume of the sphere formula. What is it? Yeah, there's two options. It says V and it says A. Okay, V is how much liquid you could fill into a ball, let's say, or how much air you could pump into a ball. That'd be the V value. A value is if you were to paint the ball with paint. That's surface area formula. So there's volume formula and surface area formula, and you obviously know that you gotta be choosing the volume formula. Okay. Now all you're gonna do next is just do forward 3 pi, and what's our radius again? Right. Lab in the calculator. What do we get? 36 pi centimeters cubed. Go with that. All right. Happy days. Now, the sphere is now removed, and the internal radius of the cylinder. So this cylinder is what is it? 5, is it? Yeah, 5. Find the drop. Now, do you see this? Do you see this volume of empty air on top? See the volume of empty air in the cylinder? Ever see it? Okay. It's in the shape of a cylinder. Would you agree with that? It's like a cylinder of air, isn't it? Because air is any shape it occupies. So it's a cylinder of air. And this cylinder of air has a height of h. And what's its radius? 5. So what I'm saying is this cylinder of air, which has a radius of 5, and we don't know what the height is. That's the point of the question, isn't it? Do you know what it equals? Yeah, it equals the object you removed from the water. So the object you removed from the water, that's where that air comes from. Okay? So it has to equal 36 pi. So what happens on both sides? Anybody? Pi cancel each other out after that. Yeah, and then after that. Yeah, did you get that out, did you? Who got that one out of interest? The cylinder has a height of 18, and the curved surface of a cylinder is cut from a rectangular piece of metal. Oh, yeah. All right. Got it. Okay. Do you see this shaded region here? Does everybody see this shaded region here and coloring it with blue? That's what you want to find out. Everybody cool with that? Does anybody know the length of this red line here? Anybody know how to get the length of that red line? I'll show you now. Go back to the last question. Do you see this? Do you see this circle at the top? That's actually your red line. Because look, when I fold this, see the way I turn that into a cylinder? See the way I turn it into a cylinder? And do you see the circumference of the circle? Now when I unravel that, that's your circumference. So this red line here, when you unravel that, it turns into a sheet, and that would be 2 pi r because it's the same as the circumference of a circle. And they said that that's 18, didn't they? And what's the radius of the cylinder again? 5. So it's 2 pi times 5, right? So this is 2 pi times 5. I'll lob that into the calculator, and what do we get for that? 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 5. 10 pi, otherwise known as 31.146, right? 31.146. Sorry, 416. And multiply that by 18, isn't it? Because it's a rectangle. So I'm multiplying the length by the width. And as you multiply that by 18, 180 pi, otherwise known as 565.49.5, let's call it. Okay. Does everybody see the outer rectangle? What size is the outer rectangle? 35 times 20. And I can tell you now that that's 700. And then take away 700, take away 565.5. Excellent. 134.5 centimeters squared. We all cool? Okay. Let's go again. Okay. In September 2018, a European Commission report stated that it considered a proposal to abolish daylight savings time. This would mean that the clocks would not go forward 1 hour in March and then not go back 1 hour the following October. A transitioner class carried out a survey to find out people's views on the proposal. A class surveyed at random of 800 people in the local area find the margin of error as a percentage. Does anybody know the margin of error formula? Yeah, it is 1 over the square root of n. So what is it? 1 over the square root of? How many people did we interview? Okay, let's have a look at what that is. 1 divided by square root 800. And we get 0.353. Now that's in decimal form. What do I need to do with my answer? Multiply by 100. I'm going for 3.54. Is that okay? 3.54%. That's your error. Your error is 3.54%. Cool. All right, next thing. 340 people, 350 people said they're going to abolish they want to abolish it. So that's 350 out of how many? 800. And we're going to multiply that by 100 to put it as a percentage. So let's do that then. 350 divided by 800, multiplied by 100, and long and behold, it's 43.75. Okay. Now, it wants me to create the 95% confidence interval. Everybody see that? Everybody know how to do that? What do you do? Yeah, you take your error away from the average, away from the statistic, and you also add it on. Okay, so we're going to take it away and add it on. So what happens when you take it away? 40.21. Fair play to you, have tons of these done. And the other one? 47.29. So see this here? We are 95% certain that in between 40.21% and 47.29% of the people want to abolish daylight savings time. That's what that means. We're 95% certain somewhere in between 40.21 and 47.29% of people want to abolish daylight savings time. Cool? Right. A local newspaper claims that local newspaper has reported that 50% of people in the area support the EU proposal. The proposal is to change daylight savings time. Now, just reread this. So we know, yeah. All right, we got to go to conduct a hypothesis test, all right? Clearly state your conclusion at the context question and give a reason for your conclusion. All right, use your answer to be repeated, conduct a hypothesis test, all right, at 5% level. 5% level of significance. See the way it says 5% level of significance? What's 100 take away 5? So that means the 95% confidence interval. Is that all right? So don't mind that nonsense, okay? Clearly state your conclusion in context of the question and give a reason for your conclusion. Okay. It doesn't really ask us to. It doesn't ask us to stay H0 and H1, does it? H0 would be 50% of people support the EU's decision to So H1 will be equal to 50%. 50% of people support the claim. The 50% of people support to change their life savings. H1 would be the percentage of people who support changing their life savings is not 50%. Go with that? That'll be your null and your alternative. Now, which one do we choose? H0 or H1? Why do we change H1? I don't see 50% anywhere in this confidence interval, do you? So what we're going to say is we go, we reject the claim that 50% of the population support 50% of the population support abolition. If I could spell abolition, that'd be great. How do you spell abolition? Yeah, abolition data savings. This is because, what's the reason? 50% is not in the confidence interval range. Does that kill you guys? Is that the last question or is there more? That's it? All right.